going live. Hopefully it's back up and running. Should be. Looks like microphones. Double check this. Settings. Yes. Okay, microphone is selected. Very good. Okay, so hopefully everybody can hear me at this point. I'm just waiting for the Twitch dashboard app to basically start functioning up and show that I'm broadcasting again, so I'll wait another minute. Yeah, From Software games are known for being horrendously buggy and twitchy. So I gave up playing Dark Souls on PC, because my god, that thing was just a total crap show. Alright, well, Nubix, thanks for dropping by at least. Definitely go by and have fun. Alright, so it looks like I'm finally live right now, hopefully. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Alright, yeah, computer completely just tanked as soon as I tried to exit out to adjust the audio, so excellent. Okay, thanks. Go into town, have fun, make her an uptown girl. Alright, so disclaimer, I have been playing this a little bit.
In the closing years of the
Not too far though.
era,
So
Japan was consumed by perpetual conflict.
let's see what happens.
The fires of war raged on, spreading deep into the mountains, to the land of Ashina.
This guy just like give a thumbs up to whoever shot that arrow. Good shot.
Is the war finally over?
Down that 6'1" man. Very impressive.
General Tamura is no more!
Master swordsman
I'm yelling
Isshin
to no
Ashina
one.
staged a bloody coup and wrested control of the land.
Alright, so test, 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 test. We'll see how this comes through, hopefully. Doing a cell phone check.
What's the matter, Stray? Nothing left to lose?
Alright, sounds pretty good. Excellent.
Well, would you look at that?
Alright, back to the dashboard.
Fascinating.
Go.
Will you join me, starving wolf?
On that day, a young cub was taken from the battlefield. He trained relentlessly, and indeed, went on to become a master shinobi.
Listen, Wolf. You must never forget the shinobi code. As your father, my word is absolute. Your master's is a close second. As of today, he is your master. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. You understand me, don't you, Wolf?
Ro. Ro is Japanese for wolf. Expect that another hot language takes from me. Your local Twitch polyglot who can barely speak English.
Some 20 years after Isshin's coup, the Ashina clan was on the brink of collapse. And the shinobi, known as Wolf, had lost everything. both the man who took him in and the boy he had sworn to protect.
Now, normally when I play this, you know, I probably play about 2 hours of this game. But
Open your eyes.
I was playing 1080p around medium settings, and I was running 60 frames per second, which is great.
Of your master.
But for streaming through ShadowPlay and how much problems I was having with OBS, I've knocked it down to low. So the game actually looks a lot better than possibly what you're seeing on stream. So I just wanted to make sure it has like the best compatibility with streaming right now. So I tried it through OBS and it was turning into a total slideshow. The only other game I've seen, 2 games I've known that had problems with it, and I've had to use ShadowPlay, is Nier Automata and what's the other one? Metal Gear Rising. Those are like 2 that my PC just does not get along with OBS. So for those games I have to use NVIDIA ShadowPlay, which is what I'm using right now. So I actually have chat set up on my cell phone. Kuro's Wolf, your destiny awaits you at the Moonview Tower. Escape from the well and find the tower bathed in moonlight. Even without a blade, you can reach it. Stay silent, stay vigilant. Yeah, I'm used to his face having a lot more detail. It's like, whoa, put it on low, it still looks good, but it's like you're expecting, like, there's a lot more volume to the hair, you know, the fire doesn't pixelate. But like I said, I just want to make sure that I have the best, you know, so it holds up on stream at least. Alright, let me just do a double check here. So I'm seeing it as 60 frames per second on my side, but who knows what it's being outputted. Let me see, let me scroll back here. Wow, cell phone is like super delayed. Okay, so like it looks like even though I have, let me make sure my cell phone's on 720p 60. Yep, ShadowPlay also did this again with me when I was doing Resident Evil 2, is that I'm seeing 60 frames per second right now on my end, but going out through Twitch this is running 30, which is bizarre. So I have 60 and it just looks like it's outputting 30 through ShadowPlay, which is not too surprising, I guess. View dashboard, okay. Yeah, so the game does run 60 on PC. On console, it is 30 frames per second, so if you can play this on PC, that's definitely the way you want to do it. 1 second. There we go. Basically move with stealth.
That shinobi at the bottom of the well. We didn't shackle him, restrain him, nothing. That doesn't worry anybody?
Not at all. Not only is he unarmed, he has completely lost his will to live.
He certainly wouldn't be
Nothing
like, you
but
know,
a
just
coward.
rustling through the leaves right
Unworthy
next to
our
us or anything
concern.
like that either. The high grass. That'd be easily spottable.
The moonlight shines strongly on the Moonview Tower tonight. The Divine Heir is probably using the light for his reading again.
Probably, but imprisoning a mere child. I feel sorry for the boy.
Agreed. But I'm sure Lord Genichiro has his reasons.
Jump! Now, I've heard people, like, seen it online, people reference this game and say, oh, it's like Ninja Gaiden. This is like, I am very positive that this game started its life as a Tenchu game, and then morphed into what it is. Japanese companies tend to, like, start off something, like, they'll have an idea and start a game a certain way. If it turns into something else, like it has changed too much, then they'll just make it into a new product. So I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened with this. So it feels a lot like a Tenchu game with some Dark Souls elements. Dark Souls / Bloodborne, but more Tenchu than anything else.
You did well to come here. It's been too long, Wolf.
I've come to free you, my lord.
Well then. Raise your head. Kusabimaru, your sword. My shinobi. In accordance with the bond of Lord and Retainer, you will pledge your life in my service.
As you command.
Kusabimaru. So let me take a look at the broadcast settings real fast. Settings. Yeah, it's set to 60. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's certain games with NVIDIA, it just doesn't like it.
Loyal Wolf, I see you are wounded. I have something that may help. It is a special gourd of medicinal waters. Use it to heal your wounds.
My lord.
Now then, were you gravely injured? Afterward?
I have a feeling that I'm a zombie.
Do you not remember that
I've been dead for a couple of years.
I do not.
No. We'll talk about it later. Right now, we must escape Ashina Castle.
As you say.
There's a secret passage beneath the moat bridge that will take us out of the castle. Lord Ishin told me about it once. I ask you to find that secret passage. Once you find it, signal me with a reed whistle. You know, like you used to long ago. I will join you as soon as I hear it.
I didn't go upstairs last time. I want to see if there's anything up here. Oh, there is. Pellets. Okay, cool. You get pellets early. Pellets, basically, they restore your health, but a lot slower. Whereas the gourd is like your basic, traditional, like your Estus flask from Dark Souls. Posture and death blows. It's weird. It's like you have health in this game, but the enemies don't really. They have posture. So if you hit block at just the right time, it does like a parry. And when you're playing on PC at 60 frames a second, holy cow, it's like you gotta hit, it's at least a 1 or 2 frame window. I'm used to 3 frames with Bayonetta series for pulling off the bat within move, but this one is like, it's literally like, possibly like 1 or 2 frames. You gotta be real quick. Apparently the guards are deaf. Nobody heard that. All is well. Now, if you hold down X, you can like suck things in. Hey, it's Jay. Finally, streamers nice and early to the game. Don't want no spoilers. 10-ish hours yourself. Yeah, exactly. So you've actually made a lot further than I have. Like, I've only played like maybe like 2 hours total, and I barely got anywhere in the game. So yeah, all I can figure out so far is that I'm a zombie and I've been dead for some time now. You know, it's like everyone's like, wow, you don't remember what's happened so long ago? It's like, oh, that sounds like I've been dead for quite some time. Surprise! Guys, like, don't worry. I know I got it right here. I've seen him just instantly kill my other 2 people. I got this, because I got the hat. Oh, great! He does. He's got hat power. Oh no, not Dumbledore. Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Darth Vader is Luke's father. I mean, that'd be horrible. Counter slash. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing it through NVIDIA ShadowPlay, so it's a little bit different. Give me a second, I'll try to see if I can figure out how to switch the audio here. Let's see, audio system volume. Let's lower it down to 75. Well, let's put it on 60. How does this sound now? You have to let me know if it sounds a little bit better. Because OBS just does not get along with this game. Go a little lower still. Okay. Let's see if I can jump back up here. Audio. System volume, put it down to about 50. How about now? We'll see if that works. Compared to the loud music that's going on. Or do we need to go even a little bit lower? We'll see. I'll start up the fight here and see what happens. All the clanging and banging and such. Oh, was not expecting that. Get up. Wow, dead already. She dead. Well, let's drop it even lower. Like I said, it's like, this is completely different, so let's try 30. We're going to drop in another 20. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, I just don't know. I'm dropping it like through the command, like the NVIDIA settings, because when I first started the stream, I tried to exit out and go through, like, basically exit full screen and then do it through Windows like I normally do. It completely crashed the entire computer. It restarted on me. I was like, holy crap. So we'll see how this works. You're nobody. I can just hack you up. Running, 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 running. Alright, so see if this works. Now I'm on my cell phone for a chat, because like I said, it's like I have to pretty much play this full screen for how it is right now. So my chat on the phone is like delayed, unfortunately, which I'm not used to having, because I'm used to having like low latency mode. Alright, so how's it now, or do I need to drop it down again? Because if I need to drop it down lower, it can go down lower still. Seems great. Okay, perfect. We will leave it where it is then. Unless something comes up that needs further changing. Alright, rematch time. Okay, so he's gonna swing no matter what I do. Got it. Okay, cannot dodge. Got it. Drinky drink. Yeah, don't tell me that right now, Jesus, game. Game's like, did you know you could do this? It's like, I'm in the middle of a battle for my life. Please do not interrupt me. So unfortunately on PC it's like, because I'm seeing 60 frames a second on my side. The game is running 60. But I know that like with NVIDIA ShadowPlay, for whatever reason, this is like what happened with Resident Evil 2. It's outputting like 30 frames a second to Twitch. Pardon me, to Twitch. So it's really kind of weird that way. So as far as I can figure out, the game, like the window for countering is maybe 1 to 2 frames as far as I can figure out. It is like stupidly tight.
You know that secret passage at the bottom of the moat, under the bridge? We just got orders to guard it. Security's getting tight. War will be upon us very soon.
Oh look, a troll. I actually didn't do this last time. I was like, I wonder if I can climb up across. I love the fact that there's like a bridge troll. That is just, that's amazing. Also, so far I have not encountered fall damage. I don't know if that's a thing at all. Nope, no fall damage. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm used to, like, faster-paced games, like with Bayonetta and Ninja Gaiden. But also keep in mind my reactions are slowed because I'm on heavy-duty back pain medication right now. So, I did play this a little bit earlier, but not a whole lot. But, yeah, so on PC, like I said, it's really tricky. How do I get back up to where I need to go? I think I can get back up this way. Yeah, so like PC, it's running 60. The console version of this game do not run 60 frames a second whatsoever. They hit like 35 to 40 if you're lucky. So, but yeah, it's like the reactions for... Where am I going? I'm just like screwed up already. But yeah, so it's like you have a stupidly narrow time frame to pull off a counter at 60 frames a second. It's literally like 1 or 2 frames as far as I can figure, because in Bayonetta you have a move that you can buy called Bat Within. So if you get hit, you can actually pull off a counter, like to basically like trigger your dodge mechanics and you won't get hurt whatsoever. That is a 3-frame window. Yeah, so you know, it's a 3-frame window to pull that off, but this is, like I said, as far as I can tell, this is like 1. It's insane. Yes, let's call the Divine Heir. Game Grumps is playing this game on their channel, and they kept calling it a girl, calling him a girl. I'm like, it's obviously a boy. They're playing in Japanese. I'm like, he's using the boy pronouns and everything else in the manner of speaking of it. This guy's like, it's obviously a girl because the actor is a girl. I'm like, Yeah, and Bart Simpson is played by a girl, and so is Nelson and Kearney and everybody else on The Simpsons. A lot of females do a lot of male voices. He is actually a boy. He has all the boy pronouns in Japanese. I have it set for English just because a lot more people understand it that way easier. So having to trying to read subtitles real quick. But even in Japanese, he's using the proper nouns for Tokonoko, the boys. So it's a female voice actor, but it's a boy character. Yeah, and everyone references him in the game as boy, as the boy, him, he, things of that nature. And people are like, well, it's obviously it's a girl doing the voice, therefore it's a girl character. I'm like, God, how stupid are you?
Last we stood together was your uncle's funeral.
Lord Genichiro.
Here, you take the sword. You fight him. You gotta learn today.
Thank you.
Leave this to me.
Oh.
So the noble shinobi stands in our way. You face get you know.
I got this. Oh no, I died almost. Pardon me. Yeah, I've heard it in Japanese, I've heard it in English. The English translation is actually pretty good for the subtitles, so it's not too bad. But the English isn't too bad either. I've been pleasantly surprised. Sometimes you hear about stuff like it's just like, okay, we're gonna have like English voiceover actors, like the English version of the anime Neon Genesis Evangelion. Oh my god, those actors suck. I mean, like the voice actors are just terrible. That like AD Vision had originally hired. And so Netflix is actually coming out with, they're re-releasing Neon Genesis Evangelion sometime, I don't know when exactly, pretty soon, I hope. But people were upset because they didn't hire the original voice actors. It's like, good, they were terrible. It's like, to my knowledge, they're still retaining the original Japanese voiceovers, which were fine. They did a really good job, but the English ones were a train wreck. You know, you get like, Shinji's like, should I get into the robot? I should do that, but father, I don't want to get into the robot. It's like, oh my god, can you say this like any worse? It's like, hey, cut. We need you to do that line again, but do it like really bad. Imagine the worst testicle pain you have, and then re-record the line. Ready? Go. It's like, oh man. But then there's some really good dubs I've heard too, but it's all comes down to the people you hire. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job here on this one. Alright, skipping it. I already know I got my arm and this guy's all crazy. The shinobi prosthetic.
What do you call yourself? Your eyes. The eyes of a wolf who has failed in his duties. Or so it seems to me.
That is not your concern.
Spoken like a true shinobi. I must carve the Buddha. You do what you will.
Why am I here?
All I did was drag you here. Didn't even know if I was dragging a corpse. Couldn't let you get eaten by a pack of wild dogs.
How long was I asleep?
Some time has passed since I found you.
I see.
However, your master yet lives.
Yeah, but are you playing it on PC? I mean, that's the thing, because like on consoles, this game runs around 30 to 40 if you're lucky. But I mean, on PC at 60, this is like, it feels like one hit, because you have to wait until the very frame you're hit to hit that counter. Because without it, it's like, I'm just like, you know, I'm just clanging away. It's insane. Okay, yeah.
The shinobi prosthetic.
Because it feels like, seriously, like even worse than Bayonetta trying to pull off that, you know, John's dodge, which is the same mechanic. With Jean, you have to get hit. Then you have the 3-frame window to trigger your dodge in order to do the witch time. You know, reform bat within and you're fine. But I mean, with this game, it feels like it's possibly one. It's that fast. I would hate to try to play this with any type of lag, and I have a gaming monitor.
If you bring me shinobi tools,
I'm thinking, man, with lag, I would die.
Fit them to the shinobi prosthetic. Then you'll come to appreciate its worth.
Is that too much? Go now. Okay, good.
You're quite the
yeah, the peculiar visitors that come to this temple.
There's one in the clearing to the right of the gate, leading off the temple grounds. 2 strangers.
And that's what I found too. Like, you start coming across different people to fight, and they have like different timings. Like that, the last like major guy I just fought right now. Not like the guy who put me here at this place, you know, killed me and I got resurrected type deal, but the guy at the gate. You know, his swings are delayed, so that will really throw you off. This game also doesn't tell you that if you hold down B, you have a run button. It's just like, you can dodge. But if you hold it down, you run. I'm like, oh, that's nice to figure out on my own.
Never seen you before. Your name? Won't tell me. But you do have the look of a skilled shinobi. A shinobi. Or perhaps... Sir, please heed my humble request. Face me in battle.
It's Ronnie!
Damn. Still alive.
Oh yeah, this guy's like basically a human training dummy.
That swordsmanship. It was a thing to behold. Few have managed to kill me in such a thorough manner. What are you? Some call it undying. Others, infested. I can't die, so I just am. How about you?
I mean, you could try like cutting my head all the way off instead of stabbing me through the neck, but you do you.
Seems you have a lot on your mind.
Yeah, so like Tenchu in Dark Souls, to acknowledge what Ronnie said, is the closest analogy I've seen to this. But I've seen people online saying like, this game's like Ninja Gaiden. And I'm like, you've never played Ninja Gaiden if you think that this game is anything like that.
Very well. Right then. Let's go. They say swinging one sword is a cure for boredom. In that case, I stand as your opponent.
Stabby, stabby.
Yeah. In that case, I stand as your opponent.
Break the posture. So it's like, I'm wondering, like, do bad guys really have health? Because it seems like they have probably the posture thing, and then you can kill him that way, but it's like, but then you have health, which is different. So I came across a guy like later on, just like instantly kills you with one hit, and I'm not talking about the guy I just fought a moment ago, but it's just like, it seems kind of weird, like it's not a consistent set of rules as far as I can tell. It's like there's one for you, and then there's one for everybody else.
In that case, I stand as your opponent.
Well, the thing is, like, pretty much you're a zombie, and this guy's been a zombie longer than me, so... There we go. I said it is real hard to nail that. Your rolls the same 60, you recover from a posture break much quicker than the enemies. Ah, okay. Whereas once the enemies are posture broken, you can finish them.
Come at me with the intent to kill. No better way to prepare for the real thing. What's wrong?
Why do you go to such lengths?
I get off on it.
Pass the time. And the other half. Well, I want to loosen that fur.
What would you call a masochist?
All right.
Stab me more, Daddy.
Enough talk. Let's begin. Now, let's begin.
Yes.
Man, that Gatuts is really hard to hit. Oh! Come on. Finish up with style. Have some fun with it.
Yes. Splendidly done. Have you noticed this temple attracts those with nowhere else to go? I certainly fit that description. And I suppose that's why interesting things make their way into the offering box from time to time. Come back whenever you like. If you have techniques to try out, I'm at your disposal.
Offerings box. Items become unavailable elsewhere. End up in the offering box. When the box is illuminated, this means an item has found its way inside. Items can be obtained by inspecting the box and offering money. Didn't pick up any money. Okay. And we'll go save. Totally not a campfire from, or a bonfire from Dark Souls. No way. That can't be it. Yes, I know about the grappling hook. Shut up. I may have been through this area once or twice. Oh, too far back. It's like, oh, I can take him on. Yeah, so that was like a late swing, so that threw me off. So I anticipate like speedruns for this game being really awesome to watch. Because if you know where you're going already, like I said, you can just... The movement tech in this is going to be totally insane. Trying to see exactly where it's at. There's the ledge. Ucco Sugar. Boost attack power. Stay right there. Oh, come on. More pellets. Fistful of ass. I mean ash. That's what I would say, ash. How far did I get? Not too much farther than this. Like, I fought the big samurai guy coming up. That was it. I think I got like up to the like little ogre thing at the gate, and that's where I stopped playing, because I knew I was going to be starting over anyway, so it didn't really bother me. This should reset him. Yep. Good doggy. Oh, I did it too soon. Shuriken wheel! And we turn around and, yeah, I know, go back to the old crazy guy. So I've also noticed that, like, there's like a level up in this game. But I don't know, like, if it's improving, like, any real stats or anything, because it doesn't really show you like it did in the previous Souls and Bloodborne's game. Like, so if you look, like, down, like, near the bottom of the screen, it says Vitality, Attack Power to the right of it, skill points, but it doesn't really tell you, you know, like, what you're improving or anything. Or what Unseen Aid is or anything else like that, so...
You truly...
Yes, I did.
You
Who are you? What?
She is a doctor. By the way, Dogen was not a doctor. He was actually a Zen master. But, yeah.
You made this gourd.
Yes.
They decided to change around a little bit. He was known for doing some medicine, but he wasn't like this. He wasn't known for being a doctor. He was known for being a Zen master on top of anything else.
Waters in this gourd spring forth on their
How do I know? Because I got to spend some time studying that long time ago.
Yes. Is there a way to improve it?
Bring me gourd seeds.
Yeah, so like the skills, it's like you have the ability to level up.
Adding if you
Here, I'll give you a gourd seed I don't have.
I'd like, please.
Alright, 9. So, if you look, bottom of the screen, you have attack, you have vitality, attack power, and then skill points. So you can level up. Ishii is like doctor, but they keep referring back to like Dogen as like this big major like doctor. He really wasn't. He was more of a Zen master than anything else. So, I mean, they're playing loose with history already, but I mean, this is not really an accurate game to begin with.
I found one.
A shinobi tool?
Yes.
I said before that your prosthetic arm.
Yeah, he was a real-life person.
But by fitting shinobi tools
If I remember my history correctly for Japanese people here, I think he lived like around the 1300s.
Break them into splinters. Swift foes. Bring them down from afar. Fitting more devices.
So like I said, he was known for being a doctor as well, you know, like a medicine person, but that wasn't his specialty.
There's a proper way to
There are lots of Zen scriptures and writings that he did. It's what he was known for.
This prosthetic very well.
I should calm myself. The more I
No,
speak
no,
of
just
bloodshed,
actual things I know.
demonic my sculptures will become. Give it ear. I'll fit that tool for you.
So shurikens so far I found can like kill dogs in one hit, but that's pretty much it. Everything else is just like it'll stun them.
Yes, right. That kind-faced Buddha you see over there. Don't do anything funny with it.
And that's the thing. I don't think most people are going to expect that or even know about it, unless you've studied ancient Japan myth, you know, ancient Japan religion. Unless you were trying to become a Buddhist priest, you're not going to know that. So I wouldn't expect anybody to really know that either. So
You see the kind-faced Buddha there? That isn't one of mine. It was carved by the true sculptor. When a man must confront what is inside of him, it can probably be of help.
Confront what is inside him.
Anger, sadness, or perhaps old memories of times long gone. That kind of thing.
So seeing this kind of makes me wonder about spirit emblems. Yes, I know I have the ability now to shoot shurikens, but like one of the games I was thinking about next is Ghost of Tsushima. It's coming out. It's supposed to be coming out for the PlayStation 4. I'm betting it's probably gonna get pushed to PlayStation 5. And somehow, speaking of the PlayStation 5, my dad said he was watching Fox Business earlier in the morning. He said like PlayStation 5 is supposed to be discless, it's supposed to be all digital. I'm like, I haven't heard that anywhere else, but we'll see. Because Sony does have a presentation coming up tomorrow. Because they're kind of switching away from E3 and doing like the Nintendo Direct stuff instead. So we'll see if that possibly gets mentioned. Because they have said like before, like yeah, they're moving. There's going to be a PlayStation 5, then nobody's surprised. They've already acknowledged that that's going to happen, so... $500 gig? I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you really have to go for a terabyte or two these days. You really can't do 500 gigs anymore. I mean, if you're gonna have a system that's all digital, I mean, you gotta go full bore. Because, I mean, if you look at like how big games are now, like Red Dead Redemption 2 is over 100 gigabytes just to install the damn game. If you buy, you know, and that's even like if you own the disc version, you still have to install that much to your hard drive. So it's like, ugh. Also, I find it like really annoying when they have digital, like different versions. Like Nintendo tried it. They're like, okay, we're gonna have like an 8 gigabyte Wii U, and then we're gonna have a 32 gig. It's like, and the 8 was just quickly discontinued because it wasn't practical. It's like the system came out, and you had like 4 gigs of updates instantly. So it's like right away, like your system is all full. I mean, like, you could put a terabyte... I mean, we have, like, terabyte drives. I think the PlayStation 4 Pro, I think that's a terabyte drive, because I know that the Xbox One has a terabyte drive. And, of course, you can put your own in, too. I think the maximum you can put into a system is 2, is what the consoles will support. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption is literally... It is over 100 gigabytes, and that's like no patches or anything. So people were having to clear out a whole bunch of game space just to try to install the game, and then they keep putting out other patches on top of it. So I think when all was said and done, it was like 132, 130 gigabytes total that's taking up space on your drive. So, like, if you're going for, like, an all-digital console, you gotta crank up the storage capacity. Oh, jeez. Hey, doggy. Okay, what happened to my ninja tools? And you can't parry something you're not facing. Got it. So, oh, I have to equip it. Duh. I was about to peg it in the face with the shuriken, but nope. Consoles load some from disk. Yeah, that's the thing too, is that even though you have PlayStation games installed to your hard drive a lot of times, they still have to read the disk as a DRM preventive measure, and sometimes they won't install everything to the hard drive just to help save up space. But I mean, with all the textures and everything else crazy onto it, it's just, it gets out of control. So if you go for an all-digital console, oof. One, I don't like that fact anyway. So, I mean, if you go for digital, you run the real risk of not owning your games anymore and you're just leasing them. So, that's one of the concerns of mine. Hey, it's Rillock. Hopefully I'm saying your name correct. Welcome back. Good to see you again. As I stumble through playing Sekiro somewhat successfully. Not really. Oh, bad dog. Good doggy. There it is. I'm like, I know there's a chicken thing around here somewhere. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like I'm literally in under like the first hour of playing this game. I've only played about a little further past where I'm at right now, so it shouldn't really spoil anything. But yeah, I completely understand, you know, if you don't want to stick around to have anything spoiled, that's all cool. That is 100% acceptable. So Steam, I don't mind having digital games that way because they've been around for like 15 years. So they are not going anywhere, and you constantly own those games. Even if they're delisted from the store, you still have access to them. But then you have things like Sony, like for example PT with Konami. You can't download that game at all anymore, period. I mean, there's certain ways you can go through and try to trick the system. It's a real big hassle. But it's like you're done for. You can't do it anymore, which sucks. So it's like, for me, it's a major concern about, like, do you own the games anymore, or are you just leasing them? And with an all-digital console, that's pretty much what's going to happen. I am probably going to die on this guy, too. This guy's kind of hard. Hi there. Okay. Move! Oh, come on. Stupid game's like, no, no, no. It's not gonna let me just reincarnate right now? Oh, it's the first time, okay. Well, a little bit about the new Google thing, and my dad, Brellock, said he saw a news report because Sony actually has a conference coming out tomorrow. Kind of like a Nintendo Direct. And he was saying that, like, the new PlayStation 5, from what he heard and was reported on, it's not supposed to have a disc. It's supposed to be a completely digital. Kind of like Google. It's the same way with their Stadia, which is going to be a total bomb because it's literally 10 to 11 frames of input lag. It's unplayable. So if you go all digital, you run the risk of you don't own your games any, you're just leasing them out. You got to have a lot of hard drive space because even games like Red Dead Redemption 2 that came out was starting at 100 gigabytes just to install to the hard drive for space, and then you need to download the updates on top of it. So you got to look at least starting 1, possibly 2 gigabyte hard drive, or not gigs, terabyte hard drive. Storage will be at a premium. Yeah, so I mean, that's why I like owning about discs, is that if you own the discs, you pretty much, you own the game at that point. I mean, yeah, I know, shut up, Jesus. This game's worse than Bayonetta 2 like that. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna keep telling you stuff. Okay, wrong move. Really? I hate this guy. Yeah, I mean, it's like, Sony could do the whole thing of like, okay, you own the disc, but you can't connect to our servers, and therefore you can't verify anything, so therefore you can't play the game. I mean, they could do that if they really wanted to. I don't think they will, especially if you remember back to the PlayStation 4, how they were doing the exact opposite of what Microsoft, because if you remember back to Microsoft for the Xbox One, they originally came out and said it's going to be constantly connected to the internet. You have to connect to once every 24 hours to verify you own games. You can't rent games. You can't borrow games anymore. You know, it was like super DRM, and everyone said, hell no. Then PlayStation, the same E3, Sony came out and said, hey, guess what? They made a video about it too. It's like, you don't have to be connected to the internet all the time. You can borrow and rent games. You can share games with your friends. You know, it's like the exact opposite, and that just instantly, garnered them like huge, big, goodwill, the gamers. I know for myself, I was like, okay, well, that settles it. I'm buying, a PlayStation 4 for sure. And then, of course, after Microsoft's huge backlash, did it again. After they got their butt kicked by Don Matrick. Okay, so he's like far enough away that you can't do the parry. I'm gonna reload that. Oh yeah, they were chomping at the bit. I mean, it was like what Sony did to Sega back in like 1995. if you don't know your video game history, Sega came out, they're like, hey, we got, you know, at E3 2000, not 2009, 1995, they're like, hey, we got this console called the Sega Saturn, it's $400, it comes with Virtual Fighter, and it's in stores right now, surprise, we launched the system right now, you can buy it. So everyone's like, wow, that's kind of cool, $400, Virtual Fighter's a popular game, I can see this happening. And then Sony, a couple hours later, they have their press conference, and their guy walks out there, and he says he had originally had a speech prepared, and he was going to give about all the technical differences and everything else. We decided to scrap it at the last second and just said one word: $299, $100 less than what Sega had said that their system was going to cost, and that pretty much sealed the deal for Sega right there. They were just like, they were done. They could not get past that. They knew that they were screwed. And like with PlayStation, it was the same thing. Alright, bird. Get in my pot. So you have Microsoft that shot themselves in the foot with this whole DRM online constantly thing. If you don't like it, go buy an Xbox 360. That was something that Don Matrix said. Because they were like, hey, what about people, you know, because armed forces, I can tell you as a military kid who grew up in the military, that video games are huge in the military community because they take them with them on deployments. I know people who were stationed in Iraq and Afghanistan who lived on their Xboxes 360s and PlayStation 2s and PlayStation 3s. And same thing for also like the Navy as well. If you're on a sub, I mean, they play a lot of video games on submarines in the Navy. So they asked him, like, well, hey, we can't connect to the internet every 24 hours, then what? Don Matrix like, well, this system may not be for you, so we have a response to that. Buy an Xbox 360. We have a product called the Xbox 360. Look at that. That was basically like the attitude, like, we don't care. You buy our system or you don't. Go to hell. And it didn't go over well. So they had to, within about 2 months or so, after just seeing their pre-orders be nothing, backtrack on it all and go, okay, we really have to rethink our strategy. It's like, please die. You are a pain in the butt. Prayer beads. And a gourd seed. This guy thankfully does not regenerate, I found. So if you go to one of the shrines and teleport or rest, he does not come back. It's like, thank you. Yeah, so I tried the Fistful of Ash. I didn't do that last time, but it doesn't do anything for him at least, because as soon as you deploy it and you try to attack, he instantly counters, so not much use to it on that guy, but there might be on others. Physical enhancements. Yay, so I'm like, okay, cool, I can get stronger. Nope. Too bad. Rest, and then we're gonna teleport. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it would be dumb to have a purely all digital thing, because unfortunately, while internet speeds have improved dramatically, at least in the United States, a lot of people now have access to higher connections. Half the country still has data caps, which sucks. I don't have to deal with that, fortunately, for now, but I mean, I know people who stream and have to worry about going over their data. And if you're downloading all this stuff, if you're forced to download a 100 gigabyte game and you have a 300 gigabyte a month cap, that's just going to straight up wipe you out. Yeah, exactly. It's like you're supposed to realize also, Raylock, that they give the symbol like, okay, it's unblockable, but that guy has a high unblockable, he's got a jump unblockable, and he's got a sweep, as far as I remember. So it's like, okay, and you're supposed to look and figure it out. So it's like, I'll just back up and try to see if I can counter him.
Notice anything different?
Yes.
You're a woman.
I died.
I didn't notice that.
Divine Heir's voice reached out to me.
I kind of miss details like that.
Suddenly, I was alive again.
So you died, and now you're alive again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Red Dead Redemption is one of the reasons why I didn't pick it up. Other than the fact that I still have a launch PlayStation 4. So, I got screwed this console generation. Because I bought the launch PlayStation 4, it was awesome, everything was great, and then after about 2.5 years, like, hey, we're doing mini upgrades, so you can spend $400 and buy a PlayStation 4 Pro. And it plays all the games better. It's like, you can still play these games on your PlayStation 4, but they're not going to run nearly as good as they do on the Pro. And I'm like, okay, screw that, I'm not spending more money to buy the console again. Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, here you go. Here's a sign. Figure it out. Try not to die.
I'm glad you've come, Master.
Should I dodge? Should I get out of the way? Who knows?
Is this a gourd seed?
Yes. Bring it here. Plant the seed.
Well, it says, like, you're supposed to look at the animation, too, to try to figure it out. But also my reaction speed is pretty dulled from the back pain medication I'm on, so... It's like I have enough reactions to still play games like this, but it's still hard for me, like, on the spot to make that reaction, like, okay, he's going for a low swing, I need to jump, and then try to parry him that way. My brain, instead, my coping mechanism for that is like, just get the hell out of the way. It's like, don't try to figure if it's a low or a grab or whatever, just pull out, retreat, try to see if you can chip. Alright. Goodbye. Now, you have the choice of going back and teleporting, but said you get skill points, so just keep killing everything over and over again. Keep getting those points. It's like intentionally making you level grind, pretty much. I can't wait to see, I really can't wait to see speedruns of this game. I think they're going to be really cool to watch. All the crazy movement you can do. Okay, can't lock onto this guy from here. You hear nothing. Yeah, I said, like, speedruns are going to be bonkers of this. They'll be real awesome to see. Okay. Alright, so I don't want to attack that guy. So there's a gun guy over here, and gun guys have really good aim. Stupidly good aim. Yeah, it's like I said, so far, this game is... it's really almost like an even blend of Tenchu and Dark Souls. It's more Tenchu than Dark Souls at this point. Yeah, it could be better if they did telegraph the moves just a little bit more. I mean, I could definitely see that being a little easier to manage. Okay, it's like, crap. I mean, they might put it in as a patch later, because, I mean, From Software games get a lot of patches. So... Oh, I didn't get my awesome kill on it. Boo. I didn't really like Dark Souls a whole lot, to be honest. I like Bloodborne better because it was more focused on combat and action, which shouldn't be surprising considering I'm a Bayonetta 2 speedrunner. And I like Ninja Gaiden and things like that, so that shouldn't be too surprising, but it's just the whole thing of, you know, people comparing this game to like Ninja Gaiden. I'm like, it's not Ninja Gaiden, it's Tenchu. It's full off, but it's kind of like a light Dark Souls. Dark Souls was more about managing your stamina. And, you know, it's like, okay, you gotta... How much stamina is it going to take for me to roll and do one swing? And then you got to really think about your combat. And this is just kind of like go, move. You don't have stamina. Just go fast. Which is kind of cool in that aspect, so... There's a guy down here. So resource intensive for the PC, not a whole lot. Okay, I need you to pick up that item, please. There we go. Yeah, Neo had me excited at first. Like, the first level was really cool. It seemed like something different. And then you get to the second level, like you get out of the first beginning area, and it quickly just falls right straight into Dark Souls. 100% Dark Souls. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, so like I'm running an ATX, no, it was an ATX, let's try this here back, an AMD FX 8300, just 8 cores, it's 3.3 gigahertz, which is lower, but I have it overclocked or turboed up to like 3.8, 3.9 I think. And then I also have a GTX 964 gig, which is kind of an older card now, but it's still running right now. For streaming purposes, I have this set to low. But when I play it by myself, I'm able to get 60 frames on 1080p with medium settings. I'm doing this right now through ShadowPlay because OBS was just tanking. It turned it into a slideshow. Like, I was seeing everything fine. Like, even on my end, I'm seeing this at 60 frames a second. But when I put this on stream, like I'm doing it right now, it looks like it's just only outputting to 30, which is exactly what happened for Resident Evil 2. There's 2 guys. Let them pass. I'm going to take out this guy over here. Let the patrol go by. Ah, crap, they heard. Yeah, so you got 1060, which is very comparable to... It's like the 960 that I'm using right now is actually very comparable to a 1060 almost. It's kind of crazy. It's like, it doesn't take a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to run this on, like, you know, the highest max settings, but you can still run it and make it look really good. Right now I have this turned to low, like, so just to make sure that it would have more compatibility with streaming and less of a problem. But, yeah, as long as you can play almost all the other games, you should be fine.
Oh, is that you, Inosuke? My son. Have you seen the young master?
Say nothing, game.
What? Nothing to say? Does your stomach hurt or something? You always have...
You've always been something of a wimp. You've been a major disappointment to me.
Take this bell. It's a charm I made with the young
Yeah,
master
so
in mind.
getting a tax return, getting it Wednesday, according to the IRS. Fingers crossed. So, with that, what are you throwing at me? Here's some S in your face. So what I'm going to be doing with my tax returns, $1,000. I heard a bird somewhere. Chicken needs to die. Yeah, chicken must die. Is be buying some controllers. There are they're making brand new Sega Saturn controllers for the actual system itself, and also USB ones for the PC, so I'm going to be buying at least 2 of those. I need to buy an Xbox One controller for PC. So I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, and it is on its last legs. The D-pad is like horrendously bad. Never saw this guy before. Missed him somehow.
Who is it? Is somebody there?
Oh, really? I can get... What? I can get attacked during cutscenes. Okay, good to know. Get up. Okay, so you can get attacked when you can't move and when you're talking to people. Good to know. Okay, chicken. No, no. Chicken! It's like I'm trying to get out of it. Get up. Anybody else want to take a run at me while waiting? Anybody? Anybody? Alright, let's try this again for the 3rd time.
Yes.
That voice. No. Could it be? Sir, my name is Inosuke Nogami, a vassal of the Hirata family. Or at least I was. I ask a favor.
Yeah, it's just like all of mine are worn out and they're getting harder to find.
She's my mother.
So it's like, might as well just get an Xbox controller, Xbox One controller.
Cannot tell one from another.
I met your mother.
So it's just going to be wired controlled into the PC anyway. My PC is like literally a foot away from me, 1.5 feet, so...
For a long, long time, she kept muttering incoherently. Something about offering it to Buddha.
Okay, so this is just basically telling you about, go back and go to the shrine. Oh yeah, the cannon guy. Yep, escape out of here. Yeah, it's... The Japanese translation wasn't too bad, but it's like, I figured I'd do English because I know a couple of people who have English as their 2nd or 3rd language, but they're able to understand easier versus reading, so... And I'm the same way. It's like, if you put this in Japanese audio, I'm fine. You put it on subtitles, I'm screwed. Or Japanese, at least. But yeah, this seems to be another whole debate about sub versus dub. And people are like, oh, the Japanese is far a superior language. I'm like, no, it's not, you weeb. It's like, it's really not. And they actually the voiceovers did a really good job on this game. I have heard far, far worse. Apparently this guy has a short memory. Okay, perfect. That works in my favor. Gunpowder. Okay, so that's the chicken way up there. See it flocking up in the distance by the tree. I don't think that they actually did Japanese ones. I could be completely mistaken for Dark Souls. Revenge, chicken. Oh, that did not work how I wanted to. Fortunately, there's nobody here. Take 2. Just want to hit the save. Here we go. So this is as far as I got last time. Yeah, a lot of people were like, they wanted to be immersive, but I've also come across people who are like, even for crazy stuff that was developed in English with English as the main language, that's the thing that really bugs me. People are like, Castlevania anime on Netflix is like, I have to put it in Japanese because that's the language. It's like, it was developed in English. It was made with the English language as primary. Japanese is the dubbed version. It's like, same thing for like when Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust came out. People are like, oh, well, I need to have the Japanese version. It's like, when it aired in Japan, because I got to see it there, it was subtitled in Japanese on the bottom of the screen. It was only recorded in English. It's like, you need to pull your head out your butt, stop being a weeaboo, and let it go. But for this game, it doesn't really matter. I mean, both English and Japanese are very close. Japanese is more immersive, and it's a personal preference at this point. But I mean, when you're going out of your way to say that like Japanese is the main language for something when it's not, that's when I start taking issue. Like, okay, you just need to calm down a little bit. Yeah, exactly. And it was developed in English. I mean, that's the main language. They did not say, okay, this is a Japanese production and we're gonna do it this way. It's like it was designed in English with English recordings. They had to do Japanese later. I still haven't picked up like any coin purses, I don't think. Yeah, the Castlevania anime, by the way, is, and I'm calling it an anime, is really good. People should watch that regardless.
Because of those that pursued me, I didn't mean to involve them.
Yeah, it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've had people tell me about that, like, oh, it's really hard. Where do I find the Japanese version? It's like, it's an American television show that's Japanese anime inspired. But either way, I still consider Avatar: The Last Airbender to be anime. What's his face? Giguk. Gigguk. I'll type it here in the chat on my phone. Gigguk. Check him out on YouTube if you don't follow him already. He does really funny videos and analysis, and he actually did a video not long ago about what is anime. And he's like, okay, if it looks like anime, it pretty much is. You know, it's like Avatar. People will say that Avatar: The Last Airbender is not anime because it's an American studio production. It was. It was an American cartoon, but it's anime styled, and people are like, it's not anime, and he's like, it is. If it looks like anime, it pretty much is.
I know you. Yeah. You're that good sir.
But Giguk is hilarious anyway. Yeah, season 1. Now, Rarlock, when you watched season 1, was that just like of Castlevania, or was that like Avatar: The Last Airbender? Because either one, you should watch them all.
What night?
The Legend of Korra is highly divisive. That's the sequel to Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I liked it, and then not. She was kind of an ass, but yeah. Castlevania Season 1, which is like 4 episodes. Definitely watch Season 2. It is even better. It's amazing. I was like, okay, Season 1 was very short. They were kind of like, well, we're not sure if it's going to be really successful or not, so we'll give you 4 episodes. But it was great.
And as a little bonus, I'll tell you all about that
Well, Legend of Korra, the problem I had with that is like, okay, so the Avatar is supposed to be about learning,
Here's some coin.
you know, learning the 4 elements and going through, and it starts off immediately. She knows all 3 off the bat, so she just has to learn airbending. Because it was originally, Nickelodeon said, hey, we got this highly popular franchise possibility. We're going to do it 1 season. You have 13 episodes to tell your story. So it was written as a 13-episode arc. That's it. That's why she started off with knowing all 3 elements. Just had to learn air as the last one, and that's it. And they did this humongous ass pull at the end in order to make other seasons. And the Nickelodeon, even though it was highly rated and successful, kept trying to kill the show like it was a Fox television show. You know, it was like, we have like, I don't know how far American television goes overseas, but like Fox is the network we have, which airs The Simpsons, Family Guy, and things of that nature. And they are known for canceling popular shows. Shows that are doing well in the ratings and people like, they will cancel because they don't know what to do with them. So it's like, it's insane. And Nickelodeon started doing the same thing. They're like, hey, this show's popular, so we're not going to air it on television anymore. You have to watch all of season 3 online now. It's like, what the hell? They kept trying to kill it. Yeah, and Korra was more grown up, but she was just also like this raging asshole and idiot. I mean, there's no other way to do it. It's like she was stubborn to the fault of like, she literally caused more problems than it was worth. It was like, oh my god, it's like what is the wrong move to do? She would do it intentionally. It's like, stop.
I'll buy some information.
Without spoiling anything, like major, you know, it's just like, whatever the wrong decision is, she would be like, this is what we've got to do. Everybody's against it. I have to do it. I'm the Avatar. It's like, oh god, stop. But it's good, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, oh, she is a terrible character.
One of my pals nabbed one.
Oh yeah, I've seen worse too. But it's like, oh, it feels frustrating.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so Flame Barrel Memento. So up ahead is this wonderful ogre guy who really sucks.
I don't feel safe with that big bastard just tied up next to us. I'd rather not be gravely injured just before the war begins. If the worst happens.
Yeah, I rewatched Legend of Korra not too long ago, so it's all fresh in my mind. It's like, oh man.
That's what the Lord's proclamation says. Proclamations? What a joke. Ashina sure has a funny way of preparing for war.
Yeah, I'm not going to go for the ogre right now, because I learned that there's a weapon upgrade you can get. So I'm going to go do that instead. And that's pretty much where I stopped playing the game, and then, you know, for stream tonight, and started over. So we'll see how this goes. Travel. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Warlock, is that they actually, like I said, Legend of Korra was supposed to be just 1 season, which is insane, because they knew how popular the Avatar, the first movie, like the first television show series was. It sold amazingly well on DVD, on home markets. It did really high ratings on when it was aired on television here in the States. So Nickelodeon knew that they had a hit on their hands, and then they just did everything they could to try to kill the property. It makes no sense. So it was really, really weird choice. That's why season 1 is so bizarre, because it wasn't supposed to go past that. It was supposed to be one and done. But then Nickelodeon got talking to like, hey, this is doing really well for your ratings. People want to keep going with it. Let's do that. So they reluctantly agreed at the last second. And it's why they made it so that way you could try to do something else. But it originally was designed as just a 1-season show for the sequel, which is stupid. Now, speaking of World War fantasy, gosh, what was it? I saw it on Crunchyroll like 2 years ago. I think it's Tanya the Evil. That was interesting to watch, because it's about this real jerk guy, like in our times. He dies in an accident, and, you know, he's like, God's like, hey, I'm God, you know. It's like, you said you don't believe in me? Here I am, you know. If you say you believe in me, you'll go to heaven. He's like, I don't believe you're God. You're an asshole. I don't believe in you. And God's like, I'm right here, hi. He's like, nope, you don't exist. So he's like, fine, we'll tell you what here. You're going to be reincarnated into an alternate universe, and let's see if you learn your ways. So he gets reborn as a girl in like an alternate timeline like world. And it's basically like World War II. It's like World War I, World War II. But he still retains all his knowledge of now. So, and he just like manipulates everybody and he just works his way up. He's like 8-year-old girl and he's like in the military and he's like this brilliant strategic mind because he knows how these battles are going to work out. And he's like the most ruthless, evil person. He's like not learning his lesson whatsoever. It's a really great show, and unfortunately it's just one season. I was really hoping they'd do a season 2, but nothing so far. Alright, so read chat real quick. Guess Korra personality would maybe fit better. She was an earthbender from the start. Yes, she definitely would have been better as an earthbender, but how it went through, water was next. I mean, Aang was stubborn at first, but he quickly learned. He's like, okay, I have to be more humble. I mean, he was like supposed to be a Buddhist monk type person anyway, so he would have his moments of stubbornness, but then he quickly realized, okay, everybody's looking for me for answers. I need to step up. And Korra's like, hey, I don't care. I'm the Avatar. You gotta do what I do. It's like, oh. So she was like complete opposite. She was acting kind of more like a Fire Tribe person, actually. Fire Nation, if you ask me, for the hot-headed personality. But yeah, Korra was just a bunch of missed opportunities and weird stuff, and what happened to the Avatar line and everything, it just kind of threw it out the window. Yeah, Aang was more tradition. And then Korra's like, I'm just going to do whatever I want. And her attitude was literally like, I'm the Avatar, you got to deal with it. She's like, I don't care what you think, I'm just going to do it. I'm the Avatar, kiss my butt. And she quickly learned real quick, like, they don't care. You're not that special. Like, her first episode, she gets arrested for causing property damage. She's like, well, hey, I'm the Avatar, I saved people. And they're like, you destroyed a car and several shops and caused like $60,000 worth of damage. They got to repair the road from the fight you caused. Yeah, exactly. She didn't go with the flow. Rim shot. Okay. So this is pretty much where I got to in the game and stopped. So this is still like first hour or so. So this is all brand new for me at this point. Let's see, what am I looking at here? Don't see rivers. Not seeing bad guys below me.
Son of... Ow.
What happened?
Thieves at Hirata Estate. You must hurry. The divine error.
What year is it?
What year? An odd question.
Tell me.
It's the year of the Dragon Spring pilgrimage.
It's the year of insert year here. Oh my god.
3 years ago. What is this?
Doc, you gotta get me back to the future. Get the DeLorean ready.
I don't remember any of this. But it appears this is the past.
Okay, good. No chickens attacked me. Okay. We're doing better than last time I tried to talk to somebody. That's good. Anybody back here? Nope. Okay, so... Okay, a bridge and scary looking fish down there, so I don't think I should try to swim that. Oh crap, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, no, no, get up there. Thank you. Calcium powder, medicine for treating burns. Heals the burn status abnormality, and for a time decreases burn buildup, increases burn resistance, and reduces damage from incoming burn attacks. Burn, 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 Mr. Burns, or Snrub. When fire is used on the battlefield, dousing powder is critical for survival. Well then. Just ignore your dead friend there on the bridge. Everything is fine. Everything is good. I'm just a piece of luggage. He fell down. He's fine. Extreme acupuncture. Sir? Yes, this isn't doing anything really. He's like, I hear nothing. Alright, home slice, come on. Yep, keep doing the moonwalk back into the bridge. Oil! When the jar breaks, the oil covers everything nearby. Enemies doused in oil are easily set alight, causing them to take additional vitality damage from fire attacks, making them more vulnerable to burn status abnormality. Okay, but I don't have anything to cause fire yet. Okay, I'm convinced you can't, like, sneak up on anybody here this part. Hey, dog. Oh, doggy's bad. Everybody take a seat. Ooh, safe statue. Okay, so it looks like he's calmed down. Man, there are guys everywhere. 3 I can see over here in this courtyard. 2 right there. Item, but let's try to see if I can go for it. Okay, well, somebody saw me. Okay, hi, dog. Oh, somebody's shooting crap at me. Okay. Throw star! Throw star! On fire! Okay, not good. I have no idea how long these people are going to stay, like, alert and active. So, the right way, a lot harder to go. Let's go with the left. Seems like this is probably the way I should have gone to begin with. Increase your physical attacks. Yeah, they're still angry and looking for me. Okay. Yeah, it's like, eventually I might get the hang of this. Of course. Oh, come on. Kill the guy with fire, he seems to be the bigger problem. Okay. Everybody dead? Not living? Good. What's up?
All done?
What's up?
We're done with the movie.
Oh, you're all done. Okay, they asked me like, are you all done streaming? No. Wonders of miscommunication. All right, everybody, hang tight. I'll be back in 1 minute. Gotta take something real quick. My parents were watching a movie on my PlayStation 4, and they have no idea how to operate it, so I'll be right back in just 1 moment. Alright, there we go. Sorry about the delay. Like I said, I had to run upstairs real quick and take care of the PlayStation. My parents were watching The Matrix. My dad has never seen it before, and of course anything that he supposedly doesn't like and can't admit it, he says is dumb, so most likely he liked it. It's crazy to remember that The Matrix is like 20 years old now. I remember seeing it in the theaters the day it came out, because like my brother and my friend Matt and I, we were like, let's just go watch a stupid movie, and it's like, and we're like, okay, The Matrix looks like it's gonna be really dumb, because like the original like TV spots and commercials and everything look just god awful. Because I mean, it's one of those movies you really gotta watch. You can't really You know, it's like you have to see what it's all about. So we're like, we were expecting to just go and see this entirely stupid movie. And like, our jaws hit the floor. I mean, we were just like, holy crap, this is amazing. Trying to be like one of the biggest surprises. Like I said, we expected it to be just a total crap fest, but we were wrong. And delightfully so. Hi there. Please die. Thank you. So I have a jar of oil somewhere. Oil. Look, something like, hey, you're standing right next to a bonfire. Maybe that will get you all lit up. Nope. Okay, who the hell are you attacking? Okay, that's not cool. Yeah, as I like to say, there were no sequels to The Matrix. There was only that first movie. Any other like ideas, any other sequels were just a pure rumor that did not happen. Everybody's mistaken that there were sequels to the movies. There in fact was not. Yeah, just watch the first movie, never watch the other ones. They are terrible. Which is such a shame, because I got to read one of the scripts way early. Back when the movies like Reloaded and Revolutions were one film.
From the temple.
Somebody chucked something at me? Probably.
Their skulls wide open. Please.
Yeah, so the original draft of the Matrix sequels was just like... It was mind-bending what they were wanting to do for it. I mean, it's like the highway chase scene and everything else was like far more epic and grand in scale. So I mean, like what they had like written down, what they wanted to accomplish was just not able to be done. Yeah, the sequels were, they tried to make it all this big, humongous, pretentious thing, because the first thing with the first Matrix is like, people are like, wow, it's deep and philosophical, so they decided to go like way crazy overboard on all the philosophy to the point where it's just stupid. It's like, why do I choose to do this? Well, you've already made the decision, you must understand why. But why do I choose? It's like, okay, you're just trying to say, no matter what happens, I am going to save this person's life. It's like, that's all the argument is. But then he's like, no, this is like deep and philosophical, and I have to understand why I'm choosing to do this. It's like, no, you don't have to. It's stuff like that. It's just, it was really slow, and it was a major step backwards. Because the first Matrix set the bar so incredibly high. And then, like, they didn't really have too much where else they could go at that point. Healing gourd. There we go. Let's heal up. I mean, it's like, the original script had it, like, if you've never seen, like, Reloaded, the first part of the movie, not really spoiling anything, is that all the people inside the Matrix, like the freedom fighters, are having this meeting, and agents show up. So everyone goes scatter, and Neo's like, I'll take care of this. Like, he knows something's coming, you can kind of see the code showing up, so he goes upstairs to deal with the agents. And as he's like, the original script is like, as he's like beating the crap out of them, the agents get an upgrade mid-fight. So suddenly they're able to match his super speed. Because like he's able to, like, as soon as he's able to like think something there, he's able to do it. Agents get an upgrade, so they're on par with him all of a sudden. So it's raining outside, and like they're going so fast, like all the rain pellets start slowing down, and like they're just going like full speed as we see them normally. They're just like going full out kung fu, everything's just moving in super slow motion. Just to establish like how fast they're actually going, being perceived. And then like Neo's like, okay, well this is kind of a bothersome, but he can still go faster. He wipes out the agents themselves. So it was neat stuff like that that just didn't get into the film. The movie version, he goes upstairs and like he tries to punch an agent and the agent stops him. He's like, oh, you got an upgrade. And then just beats their asses in like 2 seconds anyway. It's stupid. But yeah, it's like, don't even bother with the sequel. But like the biggest set piece of Reloaded was the highway chase scene. And in the original draft script, it was like far more intense. I mean, like, Neo shows up to it. Instead of just being at the last second, he's actually there through most of it. He flies in it and helps out. But he gets into fights with the upgraded agents as well. Like they keep getting upgraded every single time they encounter him because the system is trying to wipe him out. So it's like they're on the highway and they're punching each other in like through cars and like they're like, you know, like at one point like Neo punches a guy like into a minivan. You know, actually no, he gets punched in the minivan. The agent dives after him, and this car's family is like driving down the road, and they're having this kung fu fight in the middle of this minivan before they go jumping out the other side. It's like it's crazy crap like this that didn't make it into the film. It's like, oh my god, this would have been amazing. Trinity's whole bike race thing there, like going against traffic, was a lot more hectic. Like cars were actually getting taken over by agents, and they were trying to smash into her, so she was dodging them left and right. It was just like, you're reading this, you're like, oh my god, this would have been amazing, and and you see what actually happened on film. It's just such a disappointment. The only other time I've ever read a script and been super disappointed in it was Kill Bill. If you read the script for Kill Bill, which is online, it was interesting. Like the second half of the film was going to continue the full thing of like the whole revenge mantra, the whole revenge aspect of it, like the kung fu film stuff, before Tarantino decided, okay, we're going to have the second part be a Western suddenly. It continued on, like, with the introduction of Bill. He's in some Las Vegas casino, like, hotel room, like, the suite, and he's, like, just, like, he's actually on a hunt. He's actually doing an assassination himself, but nobody else knows that, and he's staking out the place, he's talking to the people. He actually does a hit himself. He takes out, like, several bodyguards and, like, throws his target out the window. It's like, holy crap. But then, like, let's see, what else was the big major change? Like, there's the girl, like, Yuki Gogo, I think was her name, like the girl with the spiked chain in the first movie. She had an identical twin, and she tracks her down to get revenge. And it's like, when the movie starts, Kill Bill 1 starts, like, she's going up to the house where Black Mamba lives. You hear this ice cream truck. Yuki was driving, like, the girl, the twin was, like, driving the ice cream truck, stalking the bride. I was like, whoa. And then, like, later she confronts her after the fact, and there's this big car chase, like, and they're, like, they're going through, like, a suburb, and houses are getting blown up, and there's this big gunfight. It's just, like, it's all in the script, and I'm just like, oh my god, why did they not stick with this stuff? It's like, it is just sad. But then you can see the parts where they decided to keep it with the more Western part, and they kept that in there, like the Pai Mei, that made it in with her training. That was originally in the script too. But it's just like, it's such wasted opportunities. So Jay, I would say for sure, if you can read the script, like I said, if you like the Kill Bill movies, if you want to see what it originally would have been, just Google Kill Bill script. It's something like 300 pages, which is absurd. But it is like, it really let me down. At the same time, it was amazing to read. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then it made me sad because that's not what we got. Yeah, Kill Bill 1 I absolutely love. I think that is a great homage to Kung Fu revenge films. I loved it to death. What is that thing? I guess this is where I need to go? Eavesdrop.
Try not to move, it'll make your wounds worse.
I must go. There is a shinobi hunter among the bandits. He's highly skilled. If I don't face him...
Trust me. Read the script. Get back to me on that. You're gonna go, holy crap. I can guarantee it. It's just, it would have been so much more amazing. It's like really hard to describe, but like the changes were gargantuan. They were like truly epic.
Hey! Open up! Open up or else! I can hear you whispering in there. If you don't surrender peaceably now,
You actually watched 2 first. Yeah, that'd be quite the change.
hear me? Hey!
This wall can't see. The camera will kill you. Yeah, 2 was quite the tonal shift because Kill Bill was originally one movie, and Tarantino actually did air them all together. Like, he split it up into 2 because he felt like, okay, well, we did number 1. 1 is like a revenge film, then 2 will have it be a western instead, and they feel like 2 different things here, so we're gonna split them into 2 movies because those all originally like a 3.5 hour movie. So, yeah, it was originally supposed to be more of a kung fu revenge film all the way through.
Hey, good sir. Are you a looter too? Good sir, you look like a shinobi, I think.
Kinda.
Are you
I mean, he definitely wanted to make westerns.
Well, in any case,
He made Hateful Eight next for a couple movies later.
So, keep your eyes peeled out there, huh? And, don't let the door hit you on the... Oh, by the way, while I was on my way here, I saw a 3-story pagoda on top of some cliff. It was a...
Yeah, Django Unchained, that was another one. Forgot about that.
I bet there's some kind of treasure kept in there. Gotta be. That's what I think, at least.
Yep.
I'm not I spring, but I don't have a choice.
Goodbye. I was a thief. And this is my home turf. So it's like, you gotta die. You must die now. No idea. I didn't pay attention. That's what I get.
Who are you?
I'm not a thief.
You're the young lords. Oh, thank goodness. Honorable Shinobi, those filthy bandits are after the young lord. They've already climbed the hill and set the estate on fire. It looked as if the young lord had no way to escape. I beg of you, Shinobi.
Probably. I mean, Dark Souls 1 is really a game that screws you if you don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's kind of weird like that. Bloodborne did the same thing too. You're just like, here's a whole bunch of stats, and we're not going to tell you what any of it is, and have fun leveling up, and then you get through most of the game, and you realize, oh, in order to use these really cool weapons, I have to have, blood or whatever, and these different things that I was wasting, and nobody told me. So, yeah, I'm like, well, that's great, so then you have to start over.
Thank you.
Silent Ninja.
You're the young master shinobi.
Yes.
What good are you? You were nowhere to be seen when things went south. Wait, tell me you didn't lead them here yourself. The timing of their attack was perfect. Normally those bandits wouldn't have stood a chance. Yes, it had to be you. I hope you die, traitor.
Can I go in there and kill him? I know it's the past and all, but... He's doing the Ninja Gaiden. I'm gonna climb up here with my sword out, no problem. I can infinite grip strength, dance around. Raise in prayer. One's palms restore a node of resurrected power. What? Okay, this is another thing I have no idea what it does. Oh, okay. Still don't know. Well, let's see what it does anyway. No, it's not me. It's just the game soundtrack, I'm guessing. Let's see what this does. Nothing, I can't use it at all. Okay. It's like, do I have no other way but to confront these guys, really? Oh, that's bizarre. I guess you have wireless speakers? Huh, okay. That's really weird. Sometimes German and Japanese. Yeah. That's quite the odd combination. Let's try something stupid. Come here, money. Okay, well, screw you. Yeah, pretty much. That guy's still out there hunting for me, huh? How? Okay, this is nonsense. Finally. I was thinking, okay, I can just, like, jump up on the guy. Whoa, okay. Countering thrust attacks. Yeah, now I'm gonna die horribly. Gonna be blocked, but they can be deflected. Thanks, game. So now I've lost everything. I'm completely dead. Let's see what happens, because I'm in a memory. I'm back here again, okay. Aha, I knew it. I'm gonna die. Run, you fool. Haha. I figured there was something at the bonfire since it's so heavily guarded. Screw y'all, I'm getting out of here. So you went a bit further and that spear dude wasn't that bad. Still some pain. Yeah, because it's like, okay, now what? I'm betting I probably missed one of these prayer statues somewhere. So where can I travel? So I can actually go back here if I want to? We'll see. Let's go back to the temple first. Yeah. So that's where the real Dark Souls stuff comes in, is you just hit people who just can one-shot you. Quite easily on top of it. Do you have something new to say?
I saw...
Yes?
I saw you and Lord Kuro in a vision.
A vision?
Yes. Where is Lord Kuro?
Was it a vision of love? Was Mariah Carey singing? Did she sound like a dolphin in pain?
Is shut.
I see. What is it?
Seems to me your battle sense has returned. You're more like a shinobi than before, if only a little. Take this.
Exoteric text. Book of secrets and details a variety of techniques employed by shinobi. Grants the ability to learn shinobi style skills. With these texts are the innermost secrets of the shinobi arts, such as attacks performed in the air and hiding one's body to avoid detection. Such moves could never be practiced by samurai.
Is it?
Of course.
Shinobi techniques recorded within.
What is it? Didn't you just read the screen?
Cannot be performed by samurai. Whether you make use of them or not is up to you. Shinobi aren't the only ones with their own fighting techniques.
Guys like, you must be really religious. No, I just have crippling OCD. It's why I keep carving these things. Okay, owning esoteric text of combat style will allow skills to be acquired in the sculptor's idle skill menu. Each enemy defeated provides skill experience, I've noticed. Skill points are acquired once enough. Okay, let me my brain decode this back again here. Skill points are acquired once enough experience is gained, which can be spent to unlock skills. Some skills can also be learned by obtaining items or defeating enemies. I don't know why. I'm going to blame the drugs that I'm on for my back. Because like my brain keeps thinking everything in Japanese right now. It's throwing me off. And Japanese isn't even my first language. It's like, what? It's like, this is bizarre. Okay.
So, you're back.
I didn't go anywhere.
A dream? Or
is this a real life? Or is this just fantasy? Was there some kind of landslide? Maybe it's some kind of escape from reality? I don't know. Just open your eyes. Look up to the skies. You'll see.
Buddha has seen fit to awaken old memories.
You were just a poor boy.
What you felt, what you remembered.
Got no sympathy.
That is what it all depends upon.
I'm not sure if what I saw is what truly happened.
That's how it works.
Okay, Persec tool deals fire damage to enemies via short-range blast of fire while inflicting burn status. Okay, so now I can use the oil, so I can throw oil at them and then just light them up, in theory.
If you want more forms for that fang of yours, you'll need to search for more shinobi tools. There's no turning back from this path now. The least I can do is load your arm.
Okay, so what are these? So I guess I don't know if this is like something I have to use the shinobi text, or guess not. I don't know. Well, let's rest because that's just simply saving at this point. Okay, acquire skills menu has been unlocked. Okay, this is where it comes into play. New skills can be added. There are 3 types of skills: combat arts, shinobi, martial arts, and latent skills. Combat arts must be equipped to be used with shinobi martial arts, and latent skills are always in effect upon being acquired. Yeah, I'm at the quote-unquote bonfire. Alright, so I got Whirlwind Swash, that looks cool. Ooh, that would be just where I got my butt kicked, so I can actually counter that stupid thing. Whirlwind Slash. So let's do this if I can. I'm not sure if I can. Okay, so it actually takes levels up on top, so I can do both of these. Neat. Mid-air deflection. Oh, that'd be awesome. Increases number of spirit emblems can be held. Run and slide. Slide into cover. This reduces the enemy's ability to perceive those who are in stealth. Okay, so that would be nice because that one guy just spotted me in the bushes somehow. That would have been it. That would have been great. Still can't do anything. Okay. Combat arts. Social attacks based on the strength of fighting while holding the right button. Right button while holding that to perform combat art. Okay, so let's go try it on our good friend here. Open equipment menu. Okay. Combat arts. Oh, you have to equip combat arts? Man, okay, this is starting to quickly get into Dark Souls territory, doing everything. One combat art can be equipped at a time. Ooh. Well, I guess it's the Whirlwind Slash then. It's like Whirlwind Slash or nothing. Pretty cool. Let's talk to this dude.
It's you. You may use me to hone your swordsmanship, if you like.
Cut me more, Daddy. What? No, I mean... it's not like I like you or anything. Training... Ooh.
In that case, I stand as
yes, hurt me more, Snake. Well, ninjas, I mean, makes sense. Yeah, it's like, what's your real name? Gray Fox. Turns out this is actually a Metal Gear game all along. It's just like, and Kojima did it, it's just been this really stealthy campaign to make you think it's actually like a Tenchu Dark Souls game.
Face me again.
As thrust lands, hit B, okay. Come on, dude. Okay, that's awesome.
Face me again.
I said it makes a lot more sense than I was looking forward to Left Alive, which looked like a Metal Gear Solid game, and then I've just seen nothing but god-awful reviews on it. So I'm like, maybe I should try to pirate that game. I mean, legally obtain it 100% to try it out. Hey, it's Nimix. You came back. Hopefully you had a good trip in the town.
Techniques to try out. I'm at your disposal.
Just been here playing the game and talking about all sorts of crazy things like the Kill Bill script. I was so much more epic than what was actually filmed. Spent more than you thought I would. Well, I'm about to do that when I get my tax refund on Wednesday, so I can feel that. But as long as you keep the wife happy, that's all that really matters. Yeah, no one would ever pirate video games. I mean, what? That's crazy. Although, actually, like, I fully admit that I do pirate video games, but I'm the weirdest person who does it, because I fire up the game on PC, try it, and go, hey, this game's good. Uninstall it, delete it from my computer, and then throw it on my Steam wishlist, which is why I have like 30 games on there. When they go on sale, I buy them. Because I've come across games that are either they don't work right on my computer, or I've played them, I'm like, this is terrible. It's like, this game is not for me. So...
Now, let's begin.
Yes.
Oh wait, fundamentals, no. Yeah, demos should still be a thing. Unfortunately, they're not.
Face me again.
I remember way back, we're talking like 97, like Tomb Raider first came out, and like downloading the demo for that was like 14 megabytes, and I had a dial-up connection, and it took like forever. It took like 7 hours. So I was on like a 28.8 modem connection, so... Oh man, yeah, that's really hard. It was like when I first started getting into console, like Japanese games and imports. It's like I didn't know anything of Japanese at all, and that's why I said, like, okay, I'm gonna start teaching myself something at least. Okay, so I didn't do these other ones. I'm betting that if I do them, it might unlock more training options. We'll see. Didn't have internet until DSL was a thing. Yeah, so I got online like 1996. That's when the internet started kind of getting big. Perform, let's see, deflect all enemy attacks. Okay. So yeah, so I started off on a 28.8 kilobaud modem. That was kind of crazy, because I remember like when pictures on the internet was a thing. So, I mean, it's like you didn't see a lot of pictures, and all of a sudden you saw pictures, it was like, holy crap. Like GIFs were a big thing too. And then I got a 56K modem, and holy crap, I was flying along. I was downloading like MP3s at like 3 kilobytes a second. Actually, no, it was like 2.4, 2.5 kilobytes a second. If I wanted to download a single MP3, it was like 40 minutes.
In that case, I stand as your opponent.
Yeah, they're like, hey, it's 56K. What are you actually doing? 2. It's like, God.
Face me again. Face me again.
Yeah, like I didn't see high-speed internet until like around 2003. And even then, like the maximum speed you could really realistically get was like around 400, 500 kilobytes per second.
In that case...
And like now my connection will do about, I can download 12 megabytes a second on my current connection. So I pay for 100 megabytes down, or megabits per second, which I always hate that. They always do it in megabits because it sounds higher and faster. So I have a 100 megabit connection, but actually my real speed is closer around 127, 130, which is not going to complain if I'm getting faster than what I'm paying for. But it's not symmetrical, unfortunately. So like my up is like 50, it caps around 12 or so.
Face me again.
So what I'm really wanting to do is move to a place that has fiber, because I really want fast, super fast internet. Now, countering with the left bumper.
In that case, I stand as your opponent.
Yeah, then there's the Mizuki, whatever it was. That one you use B on. Use the B button. Come on, dude.
Face me again.
How am I counting with the left? Well, that one I can't do it, but I'm just hitting it like exactly, like literally the frame you get hit is where you have to hit the block button, which will do it then. Which is why I said, like on PC, it's crazy to do it. Because B is just your dash counter like this, that's all it does. Except for the thrust, like the spear thrust, which is highly specific. Nope, I don't know what kanji it is, unfortunately. So yeah, I didn't really use dodge at all, really, in that, except for I was just kind of showing what it was. Okay, free combat's available. Applied, okay.
Now, let's begin.
Yeah, so like for this, I won't even touch B. I'll just use the block. Well, actually, I have to hit a P there, I'm gonna get grabbed. Yeah, but like all counters are just blocking. Like that was...
What's wrong?
Yeah. I bought that too. But it's only just for spears, though, for what I have. Something else different, they'll do everything. We'll see if that works for this. That's gonna be jump. Oops. Okay, cool, I can do it on that too. Neat. Okay, so I thought it was just spears, but it turns out you can actually do it for swords too. I learned something today.
Once again,
but of course it's pretty risky too, because you don't exactly... If you screw it up, you're just going to get hammered more than if you blocked it.
I'm going a little easier on me. This actually hurts quite a bit.
Apologize or give thanks. We'll apologize.
I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Don't hold back for a minute. Slice and
yeah, and that's where, like I said, the Dark Souls part of it really comes into, is like if you mess up something, you just get wailed on.
Curse is of use to someone. Feels as if there could be a purpose to it after all. Come back whenever you like. If you have techniques to try out, I'm at your disposal.
You know what? Let's try something real quick.
Oh, it's you. You may use me to help.
Free combat. We'll do fundamentals, make it even easier.
Let's begin.
Yes.
Hi there. Need fire. Okay, so that takes up 3 of my techniques to do. You know, 3 of the little spear things.
What's wrong?
Hurt me more, Snake. Oh, Kaput's move missed.
Something wrong?
Okay.
Yes.
We'll move on now. We've done everything we need to do with this guy.
Come back whenever you like. If you have techniques to...
Run away! Rest. Let's take the scenic route again. We go back, we're gonna fight the ogre now. And I'm gonna die horribly. It'll be amusing. Also get more skill points too. You can parry a kick too. Okay, that's a problem. Yeah, dead already. I'm awesome. Oh, I'm alive. Okay, walk on, get away. Running, 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 running. Haha! That went really well. Just as I wanted it to. All skills. I know you guys are all jealous of that. Okay, I guess Doggo over there doesn't want to fight. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what it'd be like if you had messed up that situation as a learning experience from one streamer to the audience and possible streamers yourselves. You know, I do this all for you guys. And gals, I don't know your genders. Yes, I am an Apache attack helicopter. Thank you very much. it's that guy. Mr. Gun Boom Boom. Haha! Run away! Can't run away. Okay. Right away. Okay, iframes saved my butt there. No question. Pick it up. Thank you. Whoa, okay. Really? Game. Alright, we'll just teleport there. I have no idea what Unseen Aid is, at all. Game's like, yeah, you can get Unseen Aid. It's a thing. Well, what is it? Does it help me? Is it bad? No idea. Let's see. Yeah, so... I think this is where it needs to be. Yes. Chunk, no like. Yo, was the guy's like name like Sloth like Goonies? Trying to remember what that guy's name was. It's like, oh, it's that guy. Hi. Okay, that didn't come anywhere near you. Hi, how about this now? Okay. Oh, nice. Spear guy. Okay. Let's see something here. Let's see if he comes after me. Yep. Okay, so he's keeping an eye on me no matter what I do now. So I think like maybe I could lose him and sneak up behind him somehow. Not what I wanted to do, game. No. Yeah, it's like, hey, you're gonna be fighting this really hard boss. Let's have a spear guy come out of nowhere. That won't be a problem, right? Balloon of Wealth. If one pops a golden new balloon in praise, those that water splashes upon will acquire more coin for a period of time. Just gonna see if like I can break his line of sight if he stops. Okay, so the music stopped there. Wonder if he reset. Let's try something stupid. Sneak attack! Oh my god, it worked. I can't believe that actually stupid tactic worked. Push you off a ledge. Oh, but I can get knocked off the ledge. Okay. Okay, I can't dodge that apparently. Will it work again? Or will his health reset? We'll see. No, his health resets. Okay, so do I have to kill him, is my next question. Not really seeing anywhere to grapple up. Yeah, it's unfortunately confirming that very fact there that you just reset. Yeah, so it's actually stopping you from going any further. You have to take this guy on. Dodging that move. At least he didn't throw me off the cliff, so... Okay, that attack homes. You cannot move out of the way. That's what we call bullshit, boys and girls. Why'd you put me underneath a floor mat?
So, you're awake. Your death is not your fate. Just yet.
Rod essence, okay, somewhere. Painted cough rings out continuously. Owning this item reduces one's chances of receiving unseen aid. Like I said, once again, is that bad or good? No idea. Timid maid. Dragon rot. The more one with the power of the dragon's heritage dies, the more a sickness known as dragon rot spreads throughout the world. If one known to Wolf is coughing and wheezing, it's likely they are afflicted with dragon rot. The more rot essence Wolf has, the lower the chances of receiving unseen aid.
What's wrong?
I like to smoke a lot.
The stagnation overflows and spreads. A disease that leads eventually to death.
What are you talking about?
You don't need to worry about me. I'm not normal, you see. It's difficult for me to speak now. Ask Emma about
Your
the rest.
terrible gameplay is literally killing me. God, you're terrible.
Have you seen the sculptor lately?
Yes. He's...
All I know is what Dogen told me long ago, that the dragon's heritage can bestow the power of resurrection. However, it is not any ordinary power. Repeated use leads to stagnation, which will eventually reach a point where it overflows. This causes those who do not have the power to become sick, a disease known as dragon rot. He knew much about it, but even so, he was unable to determine a cure. Forgive me.
Is there a way to treat this dragon rot?
I do not know. However, it must be stopped. I am unsure. But the first step is to look through my mentor's research and see if I can discover a way.
Thank you.
How much do you want to bet that the guy inside is Dogen?
So, it's then... that must mean... or perhaps...
Okay, she said the same thing before. Because she's standing out here constantly. I'm told by Dogen, told by my master I have to help you. This guy's dying. He's been around for a while, knows about a lot of different things, health, you name it. Dogen is also, as I mentioned, a very prolific figure in Zen Soto Buddhism, so that wouldn't surprise me. Alright, let's try the ogre fight one more time. Let's get rocked. First I got a chicken to kill. Chicken dinner. Okay, so this guy... Nope, stop. So let's do our little thing here. Spear guy's dead. Go over here, get him reset, so I can at least take off one of his health. Before I die horribly again, no doubt. Okay, let's think here for a second. And he still hits me no matter what. Great. Yeah, but the thing is that, like I said, right there, it just tracked me. So, I tried to dash to the left, it just tracks. So there's either a legit strategy that I can't figure out, or it's you just gotta get stupid and lucky with it. Because that move just completely tracked me. Back, that didn't work. So that dropkick I know for sure seeks you out. Alright, have some fun, Nimix. I'll actually be ending the stream pretty soon. Have a good one. Still hit, so I managed to get out of the way, but it hit me still. Tracked again. Yeah, so... people have gotten past it, so like I said, it's like, either you're gonna get hit with it, or you won't. Drop kick the tracks. Oh well. Well, this is where I'm going to end the stream anyway, because I've actually been streaming for almost 3 hours, which is pretty crazy, so I'll have to figure out a way how to beat this guy some other time. Don't know if I'll be streaming this game again, to be honest. You know, it's kind of fun, but it seems kind of like one that people want to play for themselves, and you don't want to really spoil a lot of things, so... Oh, unseen aid. Let's take a look at this. Half the skill experience sent are lost upon death. There are ways to avoid some rare occasions. Through the unseen aid of gods and Buddha, one may be spared this loss. The chances of receiving unseen aid can be seen in the pause menu. Okay. So basically, 30% chance or whatever, you won't lose your money and experience points. Alright. So that's what it is. Finally, the game has decided to tell me what it was exactly. Neat. But with that, like I said, you know, I'll be ending the stream here right now. Probably be back again streaming. Try to do streaming, it seems like every day now again, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unfortunately, I'm not on OBS, so I don't have chat window up really right now or anything. Well, I have chat on my phone, but so I can't post my usual stuff or have my closing out video. But I'll be back probably tomorrow. Like I said, probably won't be streaming this again, or at least not for some time. Probably play it offline, just because people want to play this and experience it themselves, and I'm still early in the game, so I figured it'd be a good time to do it. So you couldn't really get a whole lot of story anyway. But thanks for hanging out, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you guys all next time. Later.